Hey everyone, Rayo here, and today we're going to be going through Deepstone on Healbrand. I'm going to be doing a kind of like a playthrough guide at the same time, so it's going to be like a little bit of a playthrough, a little bit of a guide. So yeah, it's pretty much how it's going to go. So I'm going to be kind of explaining what I am doing as I am doing it. So, and I'll kind of explain the mechanics as we get to them and what I'm kind of doing as a support role in this case. So when it comes to Deepstone right here, we have two champs to start off with at the very beginning. So they just each have their own little puzzle kind of thing that we have to do, no big deal. Now this guy has a mechanic where I'm just doing a boon stack. Side note, always start off with a boon stack as much as you can because that would be very, very helpful for your group. This guy has a thing where every like 20-ish% he is going to summon this little like tornado that we'll see here in a moment. It's going to be right here. And it's going to be... Hold on. So this tornado basically, it's like you can kind of see on the mini map is we're kind of in like an L, like a backwards L with a round shape right here. The tornado is always going to spawn kind of on like this L side and then move over to the edge and try and carry you out. And you have to CC the tornado when someone gets caught. I don't know if we're going to get it. No, we're not going to get it. That's fine. Whatever. That is all good. I wasn't paying attention because I was explaining. But no worries there. But yeah, if you get caught in the tornado, you just have to CC it. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward, that fight. And this is my main. My alt is Inspector. Yeah. So this next side, we're going to be fighting another champion boss. We just have to make sure that we have to make sure that when we're doing this little area, make sure that you clear all the spiders. Otherwise, Kay won't go and stand on this little symbol, which she needs to be standing on the symbol in order for us to deactivate the traps over here at the end. So Kay's there. We've got this. Bada bing, bada boom. Clearing the spider nests isn't really a big deal. It's just kind of helpful to like clear off ads a little bit. Basically here, when we kill both of these brood mothers, then we are going to actually start the encounter with the champion boss. That little AoE at my feet, basically, as you can see, spawns a little spider web. And the small AoE indicates, like when the red AoE meets the small ring, that means it's going to stop following me. And then I can move out of the AoE, and then once the ring reaches the outside, that's when the AoE will be placed, and then the web will be placed. And the web is basically going to constantly slow you down the more stacks that you have. So this encounter, I'm starting off with a boon stack again. Pretty much, unless there's like special mechanics that you need to look out for, you pretty much want to just start every single encounter the same exact way. Trying to move these AoEs off the group as well. One thing that's always going to be super duper helpful is making sure that you stack, because you want to make sure everyone is getting your boons. I'm just throwing down some resistance for the sake of ignoring like the weakness and any Connie damage that we have going on here. I'm kind of stuck here, unfortunately, but we got the boss anyway, so no big deal. It's pretty clean. Okay. Then we'll interact with the Vibrant Crystal. Awesome, awesome. And then we are going to deal with the Shadow Minotaur. So what I want to do here is I want to make sure that we have stability, but unfortunately my stuff is on cooldown, so I'm just going to have to kind of provide some stability when I can. Now one thing I just did right there is you saw that there was a lot of overlapping AoEs there. One thing that I did is I had a light field and then I kind of overlapped the fire field there, and I wanted to make sure that the fire field was not perfectly on the light field. I don't even think I could perfectly overlap it like that, but I wanted to make sure there was some space to blast the fire field, because the way that the blast works on this, it worked like wherever you place the blast, like right here I put it off to the side, it's going to give area might, because I ended up blasting it within the fire field as opposed to the light field. Because the way combo fields work is like if you have two stacked on top of each other, whichever one is placed first is going to take priority. So if the light field was placed first and then I place a fire field, if I blast it like right on top of where both of them are intersecting, it's going to default to the light field as opposed to the fire field. So I want to make sure that I put it in just the fire field. Now, right there, we were kind of having the boss go invulnerable a lot, and that is because not all of us were using our Light of Deldrimor. I was using it every single time it was off cooldown. You need to make sure that you use Light of Deldrimor off cooldown pretty much. That way the boss is that little champion is constantly vulnerable. Now here I actually, probably am actually going to swap to Radiance. I think that would have been a little bit better there. Here we go. I'm going to swap these around a little bit, make it a little bit more comfy. Here we go. Give us some swiftness. And then for this part, if you're ever running a Lacragade, there's a couple things that you can do. You can do F4, which is what our Lacragade is doing right now. Shout out to Art. My dude has been in Mistlocked since like the beginning, and we're finally playing together again. Because it's like early for me. I've been up for a while now. Oh, fell off the edge. So I'm finally playing in a time that works for him. So heck yeah. Anyway, but yeah, you can do F4 for Alacrity. And then also if you want to have some more Alacrity, like if you guys kind of like go off stack, someone falls like this guy just did, then you can actually swap over to the Ventari Legend and then swap, just like quickly swap one of your trait lines to Salvation. You don't even have to trait anything in Salvation because one of the minor traits will make it so Natural Harmony, the main heal skill from your Ventari tablet, will also give Alacrity. It costs the same energy, costs 20 energy, just like your F4 does, but it will be it doesn't like share the cooldown, so you're able to have a little bit extra Alacrity. So that's just stuff that you can do. I would say Alacrity is the thing that really speeds this up because it just makes your Light of Deldrimor special action key come off cooldown a little bit more. Okay. Let's see, we have a DH, and then I'm going to go quick brand here. So I just swapped to quick brand here because I wanted to be able to pull and be a little bit effective on here because you don't really need to have a lot of heals for this little section, and pulling here is super duper helpful. As you can see, it just makes this part super duper clean. And I'm going to swap right back to Healbrand. You don't need any agony there either, so if you just have, well, I don't think so. I don't think that's, I don't think there's really any agony procs there. So you could just do that with like full exotic gear and you'll be fine. So here I'm actually going to swap back to Valor because I want to make sure that we have stability here. And because there's shades. And the shades here can do a lot of CC. So I want to make sure that we actually have a good amount of sustain, like reflects and like stun breaks in case we do get CC'd. Because the shades can be a make or break for this encounter. Now this guy moves a lot, so one thing that you need to remember as a Healbrand is that your dodges heal. Your dodges heal, so make sure that when you are when you are dodging and everything here, you want to make sure that you dodge onto the group or dodge across the group, kind of like I just did, because that is going to make a big difference, and you want to make sure that your positioning is just really, really tight, because as you can see, the platforms are constantly disappearing. Always blast fire fields when you can. Try and upkeep that might. Like I said, there's a lot of movement going on here. So there is a lot of upkeep that you will have to do. Cool. Try and get as close as you can to the boss to use your special action key as well to uncover as many platforms as possible. I'm going to try and pull this shade in. Try and use your Axe 3 to pull in shades when you can. It's not the best pull in the world, but even just getting one of these shades cleared makes a massive difference. Like a massive, massive difference. Now, as Healbrand here, one thing that is very cool to do is... Ideally, your group should be stacking near the boss because that's where all the ads are coming in. But you can see I put a staff 5 here. And so whenever there's a bunch of spectral flames, if I put a staff 5 right on the boss, none of them can actually get onto the boss, which is going to be really, really, really helpful. So that'll just be good to kind of keep in mind in case you're getting overrun for whatever reason. It'll just kind of help. It'll just give you like a moment of breathing, like a moment to breathe. All right, so probably didn't need to use, what's it called there? I shouldn't have used my Light of Deldrimor that soon either, but it's coming off cooldown here in a moment, so we're in good shape. Reflects work for dealing with the shades as well. I'm trying to upkeep stability as well, because I'm kind of like low on cooldowns. I don't have my F3 tome off cooldown right now because I used it kind of, really shouldn't have used it during the split phase there, but I did, and so that's what we're dealing with. Okay, I'm going to give stability here. I'm going to go ahead and heal because I'm not on staff. That's where like a lot of the good heals are. So I'm going to go into my F2 tome. I'm just going to heal up the party. There we go. Making sure I'm giving stability. And I'm always trying to make sure that I'm kind of like circling around the boss, and I'm trying to make sure that my group is kind of in front of me. That way, because my AoEs kind of go off in like a cone sort of area. So I want to make sure that they are going like right on top of my group. All right, I'm going to put down a staff 5 because it looks like we're getting some ads here. We got some shades going on. Okay, I'm going to break our stun because we all got pulled in, as you can see there. I'm going to go ahead and reflect, and I'm going to put a whole bunch of stability on the group as well. And I'm going to heal up here. I'm going to cleanse some condies. Got a little bit shaky there, but we ended up doing just fine. Going to reclaim some platforms. And I think we're in good shape. We actually probably have it here. Yep. Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Super clean. Super nice there. No one down. That was awesome. And we all still have our singularity. Heck yeah. Sick. So that is Deepstone, guys. I was kind of, I didn't really explain all the mechanics. I was kind of just like doing a playthrough more so there, I'll admit. But if you guys have any questions, this is from the tier 4 perspective. If you guys have any questions, make sure to drop a comment below asking them, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. If you have any questions on like what I was doing or the build I was playing, I actually have a Healbrand build video that I will put in the card in the top right corner or in the video description. Actually, I'll put it in both. So, yeah, make sure to check that out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to catch me on Twitch, by the time you see this video, I'm probably going to be live. So you can go ahead and move on over to my Twitch channel if you want to ask any questions or see any trainings going on. The link is on the screen and in the video description. Anyways, guys, I'm Rayo, and I'll see you next time. Take care.